We are here today with a couple of special guests from the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund, and we welcome you to Cleveland. I know this is your first time to Cleveland. This is Veronica Vecellio, who is the Gorilla Program Manager for the Fossey Fund, and Dr. Tara Stoinski, who is the President and CEO of Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So could you tell us a little bit about the Fossey Fund? Who are you and what do you do?
Well, we are continuing Dian Fossey's legacy. Dian Fossey went to Africa almost 50 years ago now to try and save and study mountain gorillas. And thanks to her legacy and thanks to her work that's happening, mountain gorillas are actually increasing. But we do a lot more than just work with gorillas. We work with other biodiversity in the area. We work with local human populations to help address their needs and the reasons that they're affecting wildlife and affecting gorillas. And we help build the next generation of conservation scientists in Africa in partnership with Cleveland Metroparks Zoo.
That's true. So we have known each other for a while, Tara and I have, and one of the ways we got to know each other was by doing science in zoos and learning more and more about gorillas. And I think that's what I find so interesting about the Fossey Fund is that we are able to learn so much about the gorillas. While you are protecting them, you get to learn more and more about them through the science programs. So what is it like for you as the Gorilla Program Manager in managing all of this work with the gorillas?
Well, thank you, Kristen, first for having us here. Cleveland is my first time. It's an amazing place to be. Managing the gorilla program is, I want to say, the most incredible part of my job is to manage a long history, a long knowledge of this gorilla population that lives in Rwanda. The Fossey Fund now works with the 50% of the gorillas that live in Rwanda in their natural habitat. So we have around 120 gorillas divided at the moment in 9 gorilla groups that we follow every day.
So one of the amazing things about Karasoke is actually it's the world's longest running research center on gorillas. It's been around for almost 50 years. It's why Dian originally went there. And almost everything that we know about gorillas in the wild really comes from Karasoke. So it's just an amazing resource for the scientific community and a way for us to learn both about gorillas and then also how to protect gorillas.
I think it's amazing that so much of what we know about gorillas that we've learned through the work that's been done at Karasoke, and it helps us to take better care of gorillas in zoos, of course. And I think that's one of the interesting connections between zoos and the work that the Fossey Fund does. But over the last few years, Cleveland Metroparks Zoo has also been able to enjoy a new way of connecting with you, and that's by working with some of the students. We do a lot of work in Cleveland helping to build the next generation of people who will care for wildlife and who can study wildlife. That's exactly what you're doing at Karasoke.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about the university programs?
We have more than 300 students that come for internships, but also some of them, they stop and they got a very close supervision to terminate their bachelor degree with their final thesis. And this is where Cleveland come in, and we got a enormous benefit to have this collaboration, because the students of Rwanda can also take advantage of international skills to be trained. So it's another step, and is an increased quality of working with the Rwandan students. So thank you, Cleveland, for having enhanced our program at Karasoke for capacity
You're
building.
so welcome. We really enjoy being involved. It's wonderful to see how the whole program works. Like you said, Tara, from protection and capacity building, community engagement, and the science, of course. So one of the programs Cleveland Metroparks Zoo has for raising awareness for conservation and support for conservation is our Quarters for Conservation program. So every person who purchases a ticket when they come into the zoo, 25 cents is represented by a little token that they get to vote for a project. And Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund is one of the recipients of those funds. So by coming to Cleveland Metroparks Zoo and enjoying a beautiful day here, people are able to contribute directly to the work that you are doing in in Rwanda and in Democratic Republic of Congo. So what else can people do to help support your work?
What is happening in Africa? It's hard for people in America and Europe to affect change. These are challenges that we're facing on the ground in Africa. But one of the biggest things people can do is really be ambassadors for gorillas and for their forests. Most people have no idea, for example, that there are fewer than 1,000 mountain gorillas left on the planet. And if we're not there day in and day out protecting these animals, that we will lose them. So helping to raise awareness, coming to your zoo, supporting our work, and you can go to Rwanda. You can actually come and see these gorillas in the wild. Tourism to visit gorillas is one of the top ways that gorillas are being saved in Rwanda. So coming to Rwanda and participating in that is another way to save them as well.